I am him, not them.
I'm seeing numbers, I must be the one. Rain Man, yeah, they think that I'm dumb. I don't care, let them think what they want. I don't do it for them, I do it for funds. To buy your way in, cause I'm in the lid. So I run it up like the money upstairs. I'm just getting started, I hope they prepared. They counting me out, so they counting me in.
I am him, not them. Yeah. What's happening? What's happening? This is Mr. Pringles the Barber, aka Always Cutting Head Honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them. Tonight, I got a special guest, extremely special guest. Somewhat like a mentor to me. I call him Unc. Now he done been around for a while. But this is for y'all. A lot of y'all probably gonna need this. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be different, but however, it's definitely needed. In the building, we got Visha. Correct, right? Visha?
Yeah, that's it. Visha.
Visha.
Yeah,
And Visha is the voice of God, correct?
that's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell them a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do? What actually do you do? What's your line of work? Or
I do energetic body work, which entails some massage work, some energy work. But for real, if you asking me what I do, I hold space for you to align yourself in balance, harmony, and rhythm, which creates a space for your body to heal itself. You know, I just make sure you don't fall off the table. You know, I'm there. I'm just a conduit. You know, after a while, you do and you can do things with your own intention. But I like to just stay out of the way, you know, and let your body do what it does, because the body's intelligence, the body's wisdom, it knows way more than we could grasp or even wrap our imaginations around.
So for the people that don't that they might be clueless to it, could you give us give them like an example of what exactly taking place when? Because when you saying falling off the table, they might not know what table.
Well, uh, the massage tape, that's one, or whatever platform you're lying on while we're doing the work. If you're sitting in a chair, and I just say that it's not like you're really going to fall off, but sometimes the energy is so strong, your body starts to make spontaneous movements. And that's what the body does when it starts to remove and release blockages and allow the stagnant energy to move through the body. It's sort of like an animal when it gets caught up, and the moment it's free, the first thing it's going to do is shake.
Okay.
You know, but see what goes on with us as humans, when we get free from a traumatic experience, we don't shake, we just take off. And we don't release that energy. When that animal shakes, it releases that traumatic experience, and then it takes off. And then it's not stuck in the body. We don't, we just get up and go, and we'll fix it later. And we don't.
So we basically carry that on. You think that's probably the reason why people can have illnesses and things of that nature?
That's definitely why, you know. And when you're holding that energy in your body and you're holding it in your mind, and that stagnated energy is creating sensations that keeps you remembering on a cellular level, on an energetic level. And you may not even be thinking, this is part of what's going on with me, but it is. You know, and my job is to watch you very closely and see where energy's not flowing, and then gently try to direct that energy or hold that space. That intelligence inside of you, if that space is created, it's going to get there. And unfortunately, this is not like magic or what healings Jesus did. This takes time, and this takes work from you. Although we are gravitating toward that kind of healing, because as it said, these things I do, you will do in greater. but nobody don't talk about that. That's another show.
So you basically do all this without touching the client. Like you don't touch your clients.
I can do it without touching,
Mhm.
but I like to touch
Okay.
because touch is a beautiful thing. We all kind of need touch. And deep tissue, I'll use deep tissue work. I'll use soft work. I'll use some Thai work to stretch and move the body. And all of this is incorporated and bringing balance and harmony to the body. I like to use everything. That way we address everything.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this about 15, 16 years. Actually, I would say 20 years, but the first 4 or 5 years, I was doing it for the wrong reason.
Okay. See, that's what we about to
know.
yeah.
I was doing it for the wrong reasons,
So that's what I wanted to get to. So like what took place in your life that made you to have it, well, make you transition into who you have become today? Like a lot of
They
things.
put me on they put me on the shelf, man.
Put you on the shelf.
They put me on the shelf, man. That's
What?
what
What kind of shelf is that?
the warehouse, man. They put me in the
Warehouse.
they put me in what they call the black man's monastery. And that's what it is if you do it right,
You're right.
And somewhere along the way, I decided I didn't want to hurt and manipulate. I wanted to help. I wanted to help people.
You found a way to make sure you weren't going back and you can help people in the process too.
Yeah, but let me say this now. With the way they are attacking this work now, you can go back.
You're right.
Doing this, because with all of the Me Too movement and all of that, man, oh, wow. And what they're calling a rising consciousness in women. And I'm not picking on the women, but the women letting transgenders dictate what it is to be a woman and following them. It's kind of creepy out there. So you got to be real, real careful and vet your clientele really well and know how far you can go, because every session that you do is not, I do a variety of work. And when I get off into the deeper work, I'm going to make sure that I have worked with this client long enough that we've developed a trust and mutual understanding. And they know what's happening next every time. And consent, always, always, always.
You always kept me with, good words, good words. And I could say one of them, the things you always told me was to watch my thoughts.
With a magnifying mind, with the witness, watch your thoughts with the witness, because, the mind can't see itself. Who's the watcher? You are. When you watch your mind, if you just pick a day out of the week and just say, well, you know what? Today, I'm just going to watch my mind and I'm going to see what type of person I am. And you start watching your mind and watch everything that comes by. Your mind got something to say about it, and it's never really looking for the beauty in something for some strange reason.
It's always looking for the negative.
Yeah, man, that mind. And you'll see what type of person you are just from watching your mind. If you do it honestly, you'll see. And I don't mean when you do the exercise, it's like, because I'm watching my mind, I'm watching my mind. No, just watch your mind for real. Don't try to change it. Don't try to do nothing. Just watch it.
And see what it brings to the table.
Yeah, because if you start trying to change things while you're doing this exercise, then now your mind is manipulating the exercise.
So with you doing that could be frightening because your mind. So is it your subconscious it's your subconscious that's coming up out basically, which is your mind?
It's your super consciousness that you're going to be watching your mind with. The subconscious is just power. It doesn't know right from wrong. It's just waiting to be commanded. It makes shit happen. That's what your subconscious does. Your conscious mind is the mind that thinks it knows everything. That's the one gets you into a bunch of gangster shit. Your superconscious mind is the mind that says, I probably wouldn't do that. And then it just silently chills. And then your conscious mind is like, oh, you got this. And then your subconscious is like, okay, then what am I gonna do? And then your conscious mind will program your subconscious mind. And then these wheels are gonna start rolling because the subconscious is just the power that makes shit happen. It doesn't have any idea until it's given one.
So
And
is your subconscious mind more of like an involuntary mind? Like
it's a soldier waiting to carry out an order.
okay.
Yeah. And that order can come from this low vibration over here, or it can come from this higher vibration. That choice is yours. You want to work from your superconscious mind, which is the God in you. And you know how I feel about that. I even just want to come on the show and say, what's up, God? I'm going to greet you like that, you know? And a lot of people ain't even ready for that because nobody wants the responsibility. In order to be a God, you're here striving to be a great human being. You're already God. It's inside of you, the temple. It's inside of you. And you're just here striving to be a great human being. So you can get on to your Godhead. In order to do that, you got to be just that. As long as you don't hurt nobody, you ain't hurting yourself, you ain't condemning people, you ain't killing, you ain't just a bad person. I think you're gonna be all right. You know,
So you saying watch your thoughts.
I'm saying you better because they're watching you.
And you are your thoughts. So we're pretty much whatever you tell yourself, what is it? As a man thinketh, so is he.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you better be careful what you think about. And you know, but when you know thought, that's a whole nother realm.
I remember you
Just
used to tell me though, you used to say, try to sit and not think about nothing. Like
and
it's hard to do that. And it was saying do it for like seconds at a time, like maybe 15 seconds here, then to 30 seconds, then move up to 45, then to a minute.
the way it's gonna happen is you ain't gonna do nothing. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. All you can do is sit and watch. And it's impossible, really, to just not have a thought until you learn how to do it from just sitting there watching thoughts move. And then when they get tired, they're going to die down. If you try to attack the mind directly, it will whip you. All you can do is watch it and be quiet and stillness and feel yourself. And I don't care what program you get on. If you're not doing that, using your breath and not even getting into all of the madness, just be still and watch. That's the simplest way to experience yourself for real, your internal being, your inner power. And that way you're going to gain inner wealth, which is really the only wealth that matters because it can't be taken away. Anything else you're calling wealth, they can press a button and stop you, take it away. When you learn to be meditation, we can call it that, with yourself, and you start to really feel the energy that's moving inside of you, and then you learn how to move that energy externally, now you have internal wealth, you have inner wealth, and nobody can take it away from you. I feel like that's the only wealth worth having for me.
And that's what they say, like when you tap into that, everybody has that. And whatever that is what takes you to your riches.
Exactly. When you have inner wealth, you're going to gravitate toward anything else because you know how to move that energy. You know how to use that energy to get there. But when you have inner wealth, you really, you're really not interested in too much material type stuff. You don't need a rate. You don't need all that fly stuff that is going to be here when it's time for you to check out or whatever. But if that's what you want to do, I don't knock people who do whatever you want to do. If you want to be flashy, that's you.
Do you think that's covering up some type of insecurities or something sometimes?
You're covering up your real poverty. You're covering up and you're living an illusion for real. But if you like that, that's beautiful because this life is yours and you can experience it any way that you want to. At this point right here, I'm just telling you about me, and how I get down. I don't knock people for doing anything that they do. But for me, I got inner wealth, man. I'm a rich man.
Yeah. But look though, you came from I mean, did you ever find yourself like the common folk? That's what I would call them, the most common people.
That's all I am.
Yeah.
That's all I am. You know what? Let's reverse that. The common people are the people who can be connected with their stillness. That's common. We just been dumbed down so bad until we got the roles reversed. A complication is we done got society has complicated us. We don't really do anything natural anymore. And we're slowly being led away from nature more and more, and simplicity, which is where your true power is. If you look at nature, nature is simple. But if you look at it and you can't figure it out because you've been taught that you really need to think about it, no, you don't. Just watch it and see what it does. That tree just grows, man. It just sits there and grows. That dog gonna bark because that's what he does. That chicken is gonna lay eggs. That's what they do. But we always trying to change things about ourselves. And the chicken, as ugly as it is, or whatever, if you want to call it that, because beauty is just a perception, an individual perception. So they don't care. They're just going with their nature. But we have intelligence to make decisions, but we're responsible for making the right ones. And you get to your basic foundation, instead of listening to your consciousness most of the time, listen to your super consciousness. I'll take you back there. And it's going to say, well, not to do that thing that's not right, that's going to harm somebody. And your super consciousness will say, I probably wouldn't do that. And then it'll chill. And then your conscious mind will be like, we got something to prove.
Ego. Your
You
conscious
go, what?
Of your ego.
That is.
Damn, that makes sense.
That is. It'll get you stuck, man. And then it want to pray. After you done got you stuck. It want to beg for some relief. Because it doesn't know a way out. All you can do is sit and wait. Is what you should have been doing in the beginning.
And your subconscious mind, or your superconscious mind is saying, I told you not to do that.
It's so cool, man. It won't even say that.
Or just sit back.
It's too cool, man. It's not going to condemn you in any way. It's not even going to hit you with that lick because it loves you too much. It's just going to watch. It doesn't have to tell you I told you. You know you were told. Man. That's
the
why
God head, though. The super consciousness is the God head.
There it is, man. That's the God in you. You are God. Nobody don't want to hear that, man. But everybody be like, you don't mind being a nigga, but you don't want to be a God. Come on, man.
It's easy to be a nigga.
Shit, it's easy to be God. Just stop being a nigga.
Hey, that makes sense.
That's all I'm saying, man.
It just
That's
seems
all.
like people gravitate to everything the easy way out. Like the easy way is to do
Is
all
it
the
really, is it really easy? I found out it was the hard way out. They put you on that shelf, man.
damn right. I was on the shelf with you. So matter of fact, I met you in the warehouse, the same warehouse, you did.
Yeah, and check it out though. When you get on your journey towards your Godhead, and you on it anyway, even though you'll be going through all of the wrong things that you do, you still on your journey. It's a learning process. This is the chessboard down here. This is where you learn how to be right here. And this is just me. I feel you keep coming back here until you get it right. Till you learn how to be a great human being, then you qualify. You're a God in training down here. You're really finding out what it is to be you
God in training.
down here. Hey, like I say, man, you're studying for your ascended master's degree in the college of life, man.
Say
Right
it
here.
again. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
You are studying for your ascended master's degree, your ascended master's degree here in the college of life. All of what you call your saints, Buddha, Jesus, Kuan Yin, Shiva, all of them had to come through. They had to come through here and learn how to be before they could go up and be able to come back and help people, you know, to find their way. Yeah, man. And people gonna come from different routes, but we all gonna get to the summit. Some of us just gonna take longer than others. And I'm not talking bodies, man. I'm talking, you know, what's inside. Shit, you can't die. You're just gonna change forms.
But you feel like your spirit is always gonna be there. It's just gonna change.
Yeah, man. Your
Just get in
essence.
different. Just you just get into a different vehicle.
Yeah, you just change rides. You know, you just change rides and keep it moving. And this is how I feel. This is what I understand from reading a lot of these things supposedly said by the sages and the great ones that came before, you know. And I'm not taking anybody else's interpretation of what we read. I read for myself and get what I get from it.